Hello traders and welcome back. This video I believe is an even bigger alpha drop than the last video I made on leverage ETF and leverage token rebalances. If you have not seen that video, please go watch that, then come back here. Everything will make a lot more sense. What I also found is that it wasn't MEXC or KuCoin or Gate.io that had the largest leverage token volume, but rather it was Pionex. And if you guys want to see just how insane these tokens are, I mean, look at this volume. This is in USDT. What this is saying is that Algo2S has traded $876 million a day in 24 hours. HNT, 576 million. These are massive tokens. Now, with massive tokens comes a massive effect on the underlying. So what I'm going to show you guys today is, again, like I had said, a massive alpha leak, but I'm going to give it to you guys. Essentially, whenever we see a large purchase of an L token, that requires the exchange or this platform to go buy futures in order to create that token for the user. Okay? So let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. If we look at 1131 right here, we can see, oh, sorry about that. My mouse is being kind of weird. We can see a massive purchase of 557,000 HNT2L. What does that mean? Well, at the time, this was trading at about 10.5. So this volume was actually about quick math, about $5.7 million buying worth of HNT2L, okay, in USDT terms. Now, why is that important? Well, this is 2x leveraged, and what that means is that if this is a $5.7 million buy, this would require 2x that to be purchased in futures. And what I've learned recently, which is insane, is that what ends up happening here is whenever there's a large purchase, Pionex actually sometimes goes into Binance. And I don't think that the platform wants you to know this, but this is a pretty big alpha leak. The platform goes into Binance futures and actually purchases the futures for this. And what that does is whenever you see a large purchase of an L token, price actually tends to go up. Why? Well, look here. At exactly 11:31, at around just a few seconds after that large order of about 5.7 million, price shot up just like that, 0.5%, and then price continued to rise higher. The reason this happens is because Pionex is forced to buy whenever traders buy the leverage token long. So when they do this, it shoots the price up. And I've seen this all over, and it's pretty insane. What I found is that a lot of these massive moves are actually sometimes even being caused by purchases and sells of leverage tokens. And the reason why this has such a big effect is because the 24-hour volume is insane. And the active liquidity, as you can see here, and how many trades come in of these tokens is just mind-boggling, to be honest with you guys. So let me show you guys another example that's also pretty good. This caused a lot of volatility. So we had a pretty large buy of 111,000 of this token, SNX, which that multiplied by the price is about, I'm gonna have to do math here, maybe 1.8, 1.7 mil. And this occurred at 1505. So if I go pull up SNX USDT perp on Binance, you can see right here, look at that. The purchase of this token, I believe, actually all the buying of this token actually probably caused futures buyers or Pionex to buy on Binance futures to buy this token higher. Look at the change in volume. Look at this. Right when this leverage token gets bought up very quickly at 1505, just look at the massive change in volume. Pionex, I believe, started to buy this token, just causing it to go higher like crazy. So it's not just the rebalances that are causing these large swings. I actually believe that there's a whole system of leverage tokens that retail traders don't know about, and exchanges do not want you to know this information because then you'd be able to front run them, of course. And what's happening is they package these baskets, these products called leverage tokens and leverage ETFs. And what ends up happening is whenever someone buys or sells the token, they need to buy or sell futures in order to match that. And it's not just long tokens that this works on. Let me show you guys what's been happening with FLM2S. This is a 2x short leverage token, current leverage at about 1.8x. What this means is that if you purchase this token, it gives you a 1.8x short on FLM. Now, look at what's actually happening here. When you see large red, typically that means a very large sell of the token. And just like the previous example, every large sell of this, whenever you see a large sell of a short token, that's actually futures buying. Why? Well, when we buy this token, we are forcing exchanges to short futures for us in order to create the basket. When we sell this token, when we sell a short token, it's actually forcing exchanges to buy. So to pull up FLM USDT perp on Binance, look at this and look at the change in volume as well. So this large sell happened at about, 1433. Now at 1433, look at that right there. Look at that. Right, just like clockwork. Now this one did not have a substantial effect on the market, but you can see the large volume that occurred right there at exactly 1433. And the reason you see that large buy just that comes out of nowhere, like if you look at all this chart, this is the biggest one on the 5 second. And you can see that, there was a very large purchase here. And that large purchase actually came because someone had sold a bunch of FLM2S, which forced the exchange to buy. And then you can see that this token fell because FLM futures have been rising. These are not cherry-picked examples, guys. If I was to go to any token, let me just go to the 1 minute. You can see it here. If I was to go to any major volume token, like sorting this by 24-hour vol, and let's go to, I don't know, I can go to any, but one that would have a substantial effect on the underlying. If I go to Mana 2L, let's go look at that guy, right? So it's pretty much the same story here. This one has had not as large of volumes. And of course, you'd expect that large volume would create this effect. These volumes are not as high. It's more consistent. But we can still look at it. So Mana USDT perp on Binance. You can see these massive buys, massive purchases, or just at least massive orders that we know about. Let's go see if we can really pinpoint any, because there's really not, there's no like single, well, there's this guy. This guy was pretty large, I guess. Yeah, and this actually did cause a little bit of a drop, I see. So at 1158, this is a pretty small order. It was only 92,000, which multiplied by the price at the time was about 22 times 92, which is not the largest of size, but we can still go look at it and see if it had any effect on the Binance futures. This happened at 1158. Someone had sold. I'll go in the 5 second. Someone had sold their what's it called? Can't talk right now. Their long token on Pinex, which again, as you guys know, forces the exchange, Pinex, to sell futures in order to fulfill that order. So this happened at 1158. So that would have happened around here. And you can see that there was a bit of a sell-off that occurred right after. What this could have been would have been Pinex. Obviously, they have to, because how else are they going to create leverage for these baskets? What they do is they go to Binance, they go to other exchanges, and they purchase and sell in order to fulfill the basket. At 1158, we had a moderately large order. So 1158 would have been around here, and you can see volume kind of pick up. But honestly, this is an example of where, yeah, price did fall, but there are probably much larger effects. And the best way to find a good trade to take is to find a volume outlier. So when you see a massive trade like this, above 100K, or just a trade that really, kind of pokes out. So if we go look at Luna Classic, this one doesn't really, kind of. It seems like there's a lot going on here. Large sell there, but a really large purchase around here. Looks like price didn't really do anything. It went up a little bit, but yeah. So you can see a large purchase here, and at 813, Luke USDT perp at 813. 813 in the morning. Let's go look. Yeah, price did increase, and you can see that we had a little bit of a pickup in volume at 813 right here. You see that volume pickup? And price did go up a little bit higher, as you can see right there. But yeah, basically I think the best way to do this is just know that whenever someone buys a leverage long token, Pinex is going to go into Binance and other exchanges and actually buy futures to fulfill that. So if you were thinking, well, how could I take advantage of that? Well, there's two ways. One way is to use volume and direction on Pinex leverage tokens to create your bias direction for the futures. The second way is probably what some of you coders are going to be already trying to do as I'm speaking at this moment, which is trying to find if there's a lag time between people purchasing or selling their leverage tokens on Pinex and seeing how quickly that impacts futures on Binance and other major exchanges to try to front run those, to basically try to front run Pinex. So that's one thing you can do as well, of course. And disclaimer, this isn't going to work all the time, but just know that this is a way to know exactly where people are going to buy or sell. Because whenever someone buys a bunch of a certain token or sells a bunch of a certain token, Pinex is going to go into the futures market on Binance and others and actually have to fulfill that order in order to create the basket. So when you look at large buys or large sells, you can kind of see the effect that it can have on the market. Okay? So that's going to, oh, this is a great example right here. Look at that. Someone bought a large amount just at the bottom and then prices went up, kept buying, causing buying pressure. So that's going to be it for this video. This is a phenomenal way to find, how to find buying pressure on, and selling pressure on futures when you look at leverage tokens and leverage ETFs from Pinex. These volumes are getting so insane that, I mean, like, look at this. And of course, I'm not surprised that it's large sells and then prices kind of fallen lower with this guy. Sells have been larger than buys, so pretty strong. But yeah, I think that the buying and selling pressure from this can reveal a lot about the direction of the market, looking at how people are trading on Pinex and how that impacts the underlying futures. With that, happy trading. This is a massive amount of alpha that I'm dropping. And yeah, let's see if we can go make something of it. And I hope Pinex doesn't hate me. See y'all.